Okay, I tried this. I need to keep an eye on the time because apparently this I don't know how you get enabled for over 15 minutes. I'll have to check on that, but it was 18 minutes, but I did ramble a bit, so if I feel up to it, maybe I'll post it on my other channel. Um, Basically, this topic is, and this is something that me and my co-host Chaos have been going off on, is why subscription games, when after a certain period of time, or if they do something, then everybody's crying for it to be free to play. Most recent is SWTOR, Star Wars The Old Republic, has put in, or is thinking of putting in, a demo levels, where I don't know if you can do anything. I know when I started in Burning Crusade in World of Warcraft, they had a similar thing, but you couldn't join a guild, couldn't join a group, couldn't trade, you couldn't do anything. But you could try the game, and really, I mean, at that point, there really wasn't much you could do outside of that, so that was fine. It got you enough of a taste to like the game. Of course, back then there were class quests, and it was a hell of a lot better game than it is now. But one thing I've been saying to Chaos, and I've been saying, Reddit was talking about this. Oh my God, SWTOR is going to go free to play. No, it isn't. It can't. And here's why. For games that do good, like League of Legends is one there. Oh, League of Legends, what? No, League of Legends didn't win anything. League of Legends was free to play when it started, and they did it the right way. There was no subscription before they opened, which means they didn't have to change the game in any way when they dropped a subscription, and they had a cash shop. When did you get there? You got skins for the characters you were playing. You got more characters you could play. You could boost your experience. You could boost the money that you made off of matches. That's all you really need. I think you could get health potions and stuff like that too, but those four things are what drive the game. And they are not expensive. I think you can boost your experience and your money making for a week for like $10. That's not bad. If you play every day, you could get a new champion or two in that time just off of what you've been making by playing the game. DDO is a good example of a game that was built that it could go free to play. DDO started with a subscription. That subscription was $10, I think. I can't remember. But they went, or maybe I think it was a base. What they did was they had a couple. I think they had a base one, which is like 5, and then they had one that where all the levels were open, and it was like 10. Well, what you could do, or maybe it's been so long since I started that game. Anyway, the deal was you could play, and like let's say at level 5, or when you got out of that starter area, you got what they called DDO points. Well, what those were is those you could go on the cash shop and you could unlock further levels. Like level 10 to level 15 would cost pretty much exactly what you had made. So, and then 15, by then if you wanted to, you could spend it on unlocking the next group of levels. They made it so that as long as you progressed, as long as you were diligent about progressing, you were rewarded with being able to play more of the game. That's fine by me. That's how it should work. They also had where you could buy different races. The Warforged has always been a premium. Then they had the Drow. Then they had the Half-Orc. Then they had the Half-Elven. I think they're coming out with another one in the next one. They should have saved Drow for that. I don't know why they didn't. But and then you could be several different classes, like Artificer is one I'd love to try. That sounds like fun. But they had it right. You could do those right off the bat. And once you purchased it, it was open for everything. That's good. You could buy additional character slots. You can, if you're free to play, you have 2 per server. You could go ahead and buy it. I think if you're pay to play, it's 4 or 5. I don't remember. They've got a few extra servers now. I think they've got like 6 or 7. So, but that's the way it should be. Now with SWTOR, the problem is, number one, they're a subscription game. Okay, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But they don't have. They're coming out with one, but they don't have, or maybe they have. They don't have a means for you to try to play the game without paying for it yet. It's coming up. I just can't remember if it's now or if it's coming up after this weekend or when. So that's fine. They basically need something in place that says, yes, you can play this game without playing. See, we did it. That's what the trial is for. Then when the free-to-play kicks in, they just increase the level cap permanently, you know. And before they roll out a patch or an expansion, they bump up the level cap to the free-to-play trial to whatever the new level cap is, and they just keep on going. Well, then, since everybody's below that or at that, they're fine, you know, or maybe even set it a level ahead just so you avoid glitches. Rift has a demo, I think, in place now, or a trial in place now. World of Warcraft does too. But here's the thing about those games that they don't have, that is why they will never be able to completely go free to play. Aside from the fact if you're going to do that, you really need to do that at the beginning, because it's so much easier. Okay, so you need a cash shop. What did I say about DDO? What did I say about League of Legends? They have cash shops. They sell things that make sense to be sold to this game. World of Warcraft has a cash shop. It is a horrible cash shop. The only thing that they can make steady money on is transfers and faction changes. That's it. They have mounts. The mounts are bind on account for all present and future characters. Same with a lot of the pets, except for like the weird disco bear cub thing that was bind on equip. But it was a good idea, but it really should have started with that one instead of having that one come through so late, because now the next one after it, the little baby dragon, which I did get, was bind on account again, which means they've basically given up the idea of a bind on equip. Because like Mike B from Gatebreaker said, he plopped down 40 bucks, bought 4 of them, and put them on the auction house, you know, for like 15,000 gold apiece. That's what it was supposed to do, but the problem is, with everything, if people want it, they're going to buy it. If people don't want it, they're not going to buy it. Now, somebody like me, yeah, I may have wanted to buy it, but I'm not going to want to buy one for every single character. Now that accounts are going, you know, are going to be shared, maybe, yeah, maybe I'll get one. But the problem is, I'm sure that's only going to be per server. Well, then I need to get one per server, and then, no. If it's bind on account, I'll get it, because then I don't have to worry about it again. But they don't have anything else that, you know, like DDO has, you can buy experience boosts, which you don't need because leveling in WoW is stupid easy now. But, you know, health potions, you could get maybe, I would pay $10 for a stack of health potions that leveled as I leveled, and maybe I had 1,000 of them in a stack. You know, so I started at 1, but I've got minor health potions. Well, and then as every 15 for the first 5, then it's lesser, and then it's 15. So after that, every single time a new potion would be available, it would upgrade until I ran out. You know, a lot of people are saying, "Oh my God, 1,000 health potions!" If depending on how you're playing, you could go through that, and it's not like health potions are a major big deal anyway. You know, you could do it for mana potions. You could do it for mana cakes. You could do it for like some of the conjured food increases both mana and health. You know, that could be useful for wizards for mages and stuff like that. But there are ways they can do it. They just haven't done it yet. And because they haven't done it yet, the longer they wait, the harder it will be for people to accept it, even if it's a good idea. That's why they can't go free to play. Same with Star Wars. Star Wars doesn't have a cash shop, last I understood. So where's this going to come from? I mean, they've got like a collector's dealer, but you still need to earn the money in-game. There's no way to buy something out of game for use in-game in Star Wars. So they can't go free to play because they won't have any means to support their game. Rift, same thing. DCUO, same thing. Champions Online is not too bad. Champions Online is, I believe, a pay free to play. But they sell cosmetic things, they sell uniforms, they sell, like DDO, they sell archetypes or what, roles basically. So just, my thought is, if you want something to go free to play, you need to accept that you're going to have to spend money. There is no way to play these games, really, that were subscription. They have to have your money somehow. Whether it's DCUO, which every so often will release an expansion pack, that's $10. Whether it's Rift or World of Warcraft that release box expansions, or whatever the heck SWTOR is going to do. But there needs to be some way that they get money from you so they can pay their employees, they can pay their server fees, they can pay all sorts of, the web host bandwidth and stuff like that. The companies are not going to be paying those out of the goodness of their hearts. They need your money. So, well, yes, there are games like Requiem. There are games like League of Legends. There are games like Heroes of New Earth. There are all sorts of games that are free to play that are MOBAs or MMOs. They started that way. If you want an old established game or an established paid MMO to go free to play, don't hold your breath, because people have died from that. It will not happen. It cannot happen because of the nature of how the program is set up. It would take too much changing, and too many people would complain about... Okay, closing argument. For those of you not exactly old to this, look up the Sparkle Pony conflict when the Celestial Pony first came out on the WoW market. Oh my god, they want us to pay for something? It's exactly the thought of subscription players. They are paying you, they want everything. They don't want to have to pay for more. So it'd be nice, it'd be wonderful, but it's the only thing they can do is mirror DDO, set up some kind of shop, have it so you can play for free, and still play it, or pay and get, subscribers benefits. But there's never going to be any way those games will be truly free to play. Sorry if I'm raining on your parade, but honestly, folks, you should have expected that. This is Raving Rendell from Finite Exposure. Keep your eye on gaming thoughts. I will hopefully be saying some more things. I get some news from GameBreaker. I get some news from Reddit. The Mary Sue, that kind of thing. If I think that it's worth talking about, I'll make one of these. I'll point Chaos in the direction. Maybe he'll make some of these. But, well, yeah, I'd like to make one of these a week. Maybe we'll see if we can keep that. See if we can keep that as a good target. Until then, I will see you next time.